The Protecting the Right to Organize Act passed the House this week, and it's causing quite a stir in the trucking industry, specifically when it comes to the ABC test it establishes for independent contractors. Our regulations correspondent Brad Kuhn has more. Brad, take it away.
A battle is brewing in Washington that could have a substantial impact on independent owner-operators. On March 9th, the House of Representatives passed H.R. 842, the Protecting the Right to Organize, or PRO Act. The bill would make it easier for workers to join a labor union, and it ensures that employers are not denying workers employee protections by either misclassifying them as independent contractors or as supervisors. Now, that sounds great, but trucking advocates say that the bill contains a provision that could drive many owner-operators out of business. American workers have been losing leverage since the early 1980s. The typical family's net worth today, for example, adjusted for inflation, is about the same as it was in 1983. Workers are also funding more of their retirement and health insurance. Technology has replaced manpower, and globalization has made it possible for companies to move factories to low-wage countries. In the U.S., a new labor force of contingent workers, freelancers, temp and seasonal help with virtually no benefits or leverage has risen to fill the gap. These so-called gig workers now account for 15% of the workforce. Union membership has declined over that same period from more than 20% in '83 to less than 7% today, leaving most workers with little or no collective bargaining power. The intent of the PRO Act is to rebuild the decimated middle class by shifting the balance of power back toward the worker. That's a noble goal, but some workers, including independent owner-operators, are worried that their livelihoods are being sacrificed in the process. The main concern is Section 101B, which establishes a three-part test for determining whether a worker should be classified as an employee or an independent contractor. Specifically, the requirement that services being performed by the contractor must be outside the usual course of the employer's business. Now, that would seem to preclude an owner-operator from leasing on with a motor carrier, a common practice that sustains many small operators and has helped countless others bridge the financial gap from company driver to independent owner-operator. OIDA and several smaller trade groups opposed the bill, which the House also passed last year. Now, last year, the Senate refused to consider the bill. This year, it's expected to be discussed, but it is unlikely to get the 60 votes it would need to pass a filibuster. Although chances of the bill becoming law in its current form are slim, organized labor has made it their top lobbying priority, and with the support of the current administration, truckers are concerned it's going to pass at some point. So truckers and OIDA are urging everyone to contact their elected officials and make your voices heard. If not for this round, at least for the next one. For the Truck Boss Show, I'm Brad Kuhn, and I'll see you down the road.